Hello friends, welcome to another tutorial of Power BI. In this tutorial, we are discussing about connecting multiple tables in Power BI. So how to connect multiple tables in Power BI? Suppose we have a data set where there are more than one table, and when you will connect all of them together, because those tables are related, when you will connect all of them together, then only your analysis can be done. So now let's see a data set. We have a data set called Northwind Superstore data set. In this particular data set, you can see we have these tables. So we have categories, consumers, employee, employee territory, order details, orders, products, regions, and so on. This data set is of a trading company. That company trades following products. Here you can see list of products. So if you are familiar with SQL or SQL Server, you might also already know about this database. What we have done is we have just taken all the tables separately in CSV file here in order to demonstrate how to join all of them together, how to connect all of them together in Power BI and then analyze some data. Now we have product. For every product we have supplier ID and category ID. This is going to be a long video, so just watch it carefully, try to understand what we are doing, and then with the help of this tutorial, at the end of this tutorial, it will be very clear how to join multiple tables in Power BI. It will be clear to you. Now, in this table, you have supplier ID and category ID. And if we see this folder, then we can see there are suppliers. So every supplier has a unique supplier ID, which you can see here, right? And this supplier ID is kind of related with this supplier ID. So these two tables are related with supplier ID. Same, we have category ID in this table, and we have a categories table. So in categories table, every category of product has a particular category name. Okay, so for every category name there is a unique category ID, and that is what we have here. So products table is kind of one of our most important table in this data set, and then every product is being ordered. So when someone orders those products, so we have order ID, you can see here we have order ID, customer ID, employee ID, employee who receives that order, and order date, ship date, required date, and so on. So, and then what are the details, mean what particular products are ordered in this table, that data is given in order details. So when you will open order details, so yes, I know there are a lot of tables and this might be an overwhelming thing, but if you will watch closely you will understand. So here we have a simple diagram. This is the ER diagram of this particular database, which will help you in understanding how different tables are related with each other. I will provide link of this ER diagram, I will provide link of this data set, everything along with this video, so that you can obviously download the source files and then you can follow the same procedure and do it with us. So here you can see order details is connected with orders, and order details is connected with products, which we can see here. So if you will go to our table and see order details, so in order details we have product ID, and this product ID is a foreign key here, and even the order ID here is also a foreign key. So order ID is the order ID of orders table, and product ID is the product ID, the unique and the primary key of products table. So every product has a unique ID. Here you can see every product has a unique ID. All product have their individual IDs. So now with this information and with a diagram that we have, we will try to establish some relationship here with Power BI. In our Power BI, what we can do is, first of all, we have to load the data set. So first, because all those files are in CSV, I am importing data from text or CSV file. If that data is in any other format, you can select that. On our channel, Colors Tech Training, on our YouTube channel, we have videos demonstrating how to connect Power BI with CSV file, Excel file, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, MS SQL Server, MySQL. So we have many such tutorials available. So here on our channel, you can see we have Power BI with MySQL database, Power BI with real-time. So we have a complete playlist here. We have demonstrated various things. So I will provide link of this playlist so that it will be easy for you to go through all of these videos and learn some basics. Now let's continue here. Let's select the CSV file, and now I will go to my Northwind dataset folder. The first table that I will load is order details, and this I am doing because when I saw this ER diagram here, so in our ER diagram, this order details table is kind of in the center, but actually you can one by one you can select all of them. So from top to bottom you can select all of them. Obviously selecting multiple will not work here, but you can select all of them. Let's load this. So I have decided to actually go with the order in which these tables are listed. So you can now see one table is now loaded. Similarly, I will do it for other tables. So it was a boring task, repetitive task, but that's why I forwarded the video. Now here you can see all our tables are now listed. Now in Power BI, the first thing that we are going to do is we will save this in our system so that our bug is not lost. So I will name it as Northwind CSV analysis, because I have this Northwind database in many formats. I have it in PostgreSQL, I have it in MySQL. So when I teach students, this is a very I will say this is a good data set that helps you in understanding, first of all, how tables are related in a database, and it also helps you in understanding various other things. So why not use something that you are already familiar with? Now we have selected and connected. Now you can see all these tables are listed here, and you can analyze them separately, right? All these tables are individual and you can analyze them separately. Now here you can see this is a report view. Okay, so we will try to understand these different views in Power BI. This is a report view and this is a table view. Okay, table view. In table view you can select various tables one by one and you can do different type of data processing here. You can do some data cleaning and things, and you can also verify whether your data has been correctly loaded or not. Okay, so for example, when I'm seeing this orders table, it is not looking good to me, right? Products is looking good, regions is looking good, shippers, suppliers is also in perfect table format. So all other tables are connected properly, but orders table somehow is not appearing as it should. So I will try a workaround. I will open this CSV file in Excel and then I will click on save as. Obviously I'm going to save it in the same folder, so just give me a minute. So first of all I will open the orders table and I will save as in the same folder, and let's say I am saving it as orders clean, and this time I will try it with CSV UTF-8 comma delimited format. So CSV is comma separated file. These files have comma delimited values, and I will save it in the UTF-8 format. Okay, and I will click it, and in order to show you these files I can also show you, we can open in Notepad to see how these files are appearing. You can see that's why it is called a comma delimited value, and that's why maybe we have this problem here. So if you have this kind of problem here, what you can do is you can try saving it in UTF-8 format. And now what we will do, we will again go to our reports view, click on get data, click on text CSV, and let's try to, actually I selected the wrong table, and let's select the orders. So I will select the orders clean table. It was saved in some other folder. Now you can see it is appearing properly. All the columns are appearing properly. Okay, so you have to make sure while loading your data, again cleaning data is something that requires a lot of steps. It has a lot of methods and all, but this is one way when you are working with CSV files. Now since we have clean orders table, what we can do is we can remove our this particular table. So we will go to table view, or we can delete from model directly. So when you have to delete any table, you can delete from model. Now we have all of this. Okay, now we can go to the table view once again, and one by one you will see all our tables are now listed properly. They should be appearing as a table, otherwise your analysis might not work properly. Now if you already have a clean data, you don't have to worry about these things. So we discussed report view, we discussed table view, now we will discuss model view. So this is our model view, and in actual you will see, let me collapse all of this. So you will see the ER diagram that we were just seeing here on Wikimedia website. now we have some ER diagram kind of structure of our own. Okay, so we have a categories table, which we have then customers table, we have employees table, okay, we have employee territories, and you can see, so with the help of different IDs it has created relationships, because in various tables we have these columns, right? So we have order ID, we have some extra columns here which we will remove later, but right now you can see, okay, so it has already based on their names. This is done based on their names. So for example, supplier ID is named as this, like supplier ID is named like this here, okay, you can see supplier and then ID is in capital, and the table with which supplier ID is linked is this, so this is supplier ID, okay. If somehow you can see that some particular tables are not listed properly, so obviously you have to do a lot of research here. You have to arrange and you have to bring them together. So we can also zoom in and zoom out, okay, so that we can bring them all together. So first of all, I will put order details in the middle, then products on one side, okay, and then orders on other side. So in our case we already have orders clean, so this, that's why naming of your columns is very important in your data sets, because you don't have to do a lot of unnecessary work. So now we have order details in middle, you can see, then products and order clean. Okay, let's try to make it like this. So we have product on one side, orders on other side. With orders, you can see customers, employee and shippers are connected. Okay, so with orders, customers, employee and shippers are connected. So in our case, employees are perfectly connected with orders, okay, but shippers are not connected, okay. So and with products, you can see categories is connected, suppliers is connected, okay, but others are not connected. With employees, again these are some extra tables, like what are the territory of employees, so with it is connected with employees, and then those territories are connected with employee territories, okay, and then regions are connected. So this way you can see we have a particular diagram here, and shippers somehow is not connected, okay. This is interesting thing for us, shippers and customers are not connected. So we have something here that is causing them not to connect directly, right? So let's inspect. Here you can see in shippers we have shipper ID, okay, and in order details, so shipper should be connected with orders clean or orders in our case, okay. So if you will see the diagram with orders, shipper ID and shipper ID are actually those columns with which it should connect. You can see here, right, orders and shippers, but this is not happening. So here we have shipper ID and orders clean. Let's drag down, so let's scroll. Here you will see the column name is actually ship via, okay. So let's go to table view again to explain this. In our orders table, okay, you have order ID, customer ID, everything you have is proper, but here the shippers are referred as ship via. So the column name in both tables is different, okay. That's why this connection cannot be established. So if you have different column names, Power BI will not be able to identify which particular table is it to connect with this particular column. Now what we can do is we can click on this, okay, and here you can see different options. You can create a new measure, new column, refresh data. You can also see an option to manage relationships, okay. So this is what we are going to do, manage relationships. And here you can see these are the relationships, okay, the already established relationships, like employee territory is related with employee table. So employee ID in the employee territory table is related to employee ID in the employees table. As simple as that. Same with the territories, same in the order details. In order clean also, the employee who received that order is also connected, right? But we are going to create a new relation here. So if that relation is not existing, you can create a new relation. Then you have to select those tables which you want to relate. So we want to relate orders clean, and the second table we want to relate is shippers, okay. In order clean, we select that column, so that is ship via, and then select with which column is this column related in the second table. So now we have selected two columns, right? And this is a many to one relation because this shipper will order many products in the order details table, and its detail is only one in the shippers table, okay. So that's why it is many to one relationship, and we will make this relationship active and click OK. Now you have another relationship here. You can now close. Now you will see another relational line here, right? So this particular line is now representing that these two tables are now related. So now our ER diagram kind of looks like what we already saw earlier, right? Here. But there is some problem with the customers table that is preventing it from connecting with orders table, okay. And the problem seems to be like the column names are column 1, 2, 3. So we have some different column names. Let's investigate, okay. As I said, this is going to be a practical video. It is not something I can do it very quickly, but I have to explain it to beginners also. So when I go to this particular table, customers table, we saw that all the columns are appearing good, yes, but their names are not appearing properly. You can see, right? Their names are not appearing properly. So now what we will do here is, first of all, we will remove it from the model or delete it from the model, because this, or we can delete the first row also, but there is a simple way of doing it. And we will also go to the customers table. So let's go to our data set, the customers table, because customers are very important for business. Here you can see in Excel there is no problem, okay, and that's why I'm telling you these type of things happened with us various times, and we are giving you a simple hint. If it is a CSV file, then save it as in again the same folder. It's a customers file, so I will save it as CSV UTF-8 format. Sometimes it is a problem with the encoding, that's why these kind of things happen. So I will save it. It says it already exists. Do you want to replace it? I'll say yes. And now let's try to load it. Get data, text, customers, and somehow it is happening again, okay. So if even after doing everything it is still happening with you, okay, then we have another workaround here, and the whole purpose of this particular video is to explain you different ways of doing things. Okay, so in that case, go to transform data. Okay, so we have first we have a load table, we also have a transform table. So here we have loaded here, click on this. Okay, and here you will find use first row as headers. Okay, because sometimes it happens with tables, Power BI is somehow not able to recognize that the first row is actually the headers. Let's do this. Okay, now you can see customer ID, company name, everything. Okay, and this particular thing will help you if you are facing this kind of difficulty. If you are not facing any such difficulty, that is good. So now what is next after this? After clearing it, just close and apply. Okay, close and apply. So now it is loading. Now when you will go to customers, you will not see that error, right, in your header. And now when you will go to the relationship view, here you can see that. So we have to connect it with orders clean. You can see, so with orders clean, you can see that customer ID is still not connected. Okay, so all other tables are connected properly, but the customer ID is not connected. So customer is still here. Okay, so it is connected with, yeah, it is actually connected, sorry. So it was actually appearing at a different place. So actually we can see with our orders clean, we now have 3 tables connected, and this is how you can simply understand how relationship, or how to connect different tables, or how to connect multiple tables in Power BI. Okay, and then obviously you can do a lot more with your tables, like uh, here if you are seeing extra columns, like for example we are seeing this extra column here, so always delete these extra columns, because these type of things might trouble you. So don't keep these columns, right? And similarly I saw that in orders clean also. So let me see. So sometimes while dealing with CSV file it happens, while dealing with SQL files sometimes it happens. So what we can do is we can clean our data. So we will do all of this. Once it is all done, don't forget to save your file. Okay, so don't forget to save, because you might lose your work. So after saving our file, we will now try to analyze some data. So on this particular GitHub file, obviously this Northwind dataset is of is a SQL database primarily, which we are just which trying to analyze in CSV format. It doesn't matter, but here are some questions, right? Here are some tables. You might have to apply various calculated fields. You have to calculated columns, you have to create calculated columns, or you might have to create measures in order to solve these 50 questions. I will also provide you the link of this particular file, and it is available on GitHub. So this type of questions, actually for Northwind there are many practice questions available. So this type of questions will help you in doing a lot of practice on data sets like this, which have multiple tables. Now in order to analyze the data, let's try to find out something. Let's try to find, let's rename this, and let's try to find customer name wise count of orders. Okay, I'm just doing this basic analysis. So customer name wise count of orders. Now you understand that customer name is actually available in this particular table. So always go to the table view to understand. So customer name is present in this table. This is customer's contact name. Okay, so this is the contact name of this customer. Good. Now what is the count of orders? Count of orders is actually in the order details table, but in this order details table we don't have customer ID, right? So customer ID is actually available in the orders table. Okay, so here you have the customer ID, and that's why these joins are very important. These relationships are very important in SQL, in Power BI, right? So in this case, since these two tables are related, what we can do is we can select them separately. So what we can do here is we will select customer name from one table. So just click on it and you will see those names, okay, all those unique names, and then we will go to the orders table, and from orders table we will select order ID, because every order has a unique ID here, right? Let's go to the table again. So here every order is a unique value. Okay, so every order is a unique ID, and how many products in that order are actually placed, how many products are there, so that you can find in the order details table. Like for example, in order number 10 to 51 only one product is ordered, but in order number 10 to 61 two products are ordered. Okay, similarly there might be orders where more than 5 or 6 products might be ordered. So there are a lot of questions that can be solved here. You can do a lot of exploratory data analysis, but for now if you have to count something like this, just select the order ID. Okay, so yes, we have selected the order ID, that is good, but it is now showing that whenever this particular customer ordered a particular thing, it is appearing like Alejandra Camino has ordered these many products, and same with Anna Tujilo and so on. So, but we want to show count of orders. So here just click here, okay. Initially it says don't summarize, okay, but we will apply count of orders, okay. And when you will apply count of orders, not count distinct but count of orders, remember count distinct if we will do, so you will see it is showing the same data here. So but we have to select count, okay. And count distinct is basically for counting unique values in a particular column. So we will not do that. We know one particular customer can order multiple times. So here you have. Now let's find out which particular customer has ordered most number of times. Okay, so yeah, you can right click here and you can click to order this, right? So you can click to sort this, and this particular customer called Jose Parvati, or however it is pronounced, this particular customer has ordered 31 times. Then there is Roland Mendel and so on. So this is one such example. Similarly, we have country information here also, okay. So let's find out total when an order is placed, okay. In order details table you can see when an order is placed we have a unit price, okay. This unit price simply represents what is the price of that particular product, okay. So for example, here in order details table we have product ID number 33, okay, and its unit price is 2 and the quantity ordered is 20, remember. Now let's go to the products table and find out what is the unit, or let's go to product ID number 33, sorry, and let's find out what is its unit price. So when you will go to products table, you will see that product with ID number 33, which is Jai Toast or however it is pronounced, it has a unit price of 2.5. okay, so this means there was some discount also. Okay, so that's why this order details table is very important to understand what was the actual product, what was the product amount after the discount, because this product might have some discount. Okay, so we can see, is it discounted? Obviously they are mentioning it is not discounted, but we can see that this product has been sold at a discounted rate. Okay, so, and obviously this data is downloaded from GitHub. There might be some problems, but you have to understand this. So in these cases, what you have to do, let's go to order details table once again. So if one unit price is I think it is now rearranged somewhere. Yeah. So if one unit price is 16 and the total quantity is 20, okay. Obviously they have not written discount here, but this may be something. So in that case, what we have to do, we actually have to multiply the total quantity by one unit price. Okay, then we will be able to find out what was the total price uh, that was paid in this particular, in ordering of this particular product. Okay, in this particular order ID. So for that, what we can do here, we can create another column here. So we have to create a calculated column, and that's where you actually create calculated columns. On our channel, we have a separate video explaining difference between calculated column and calculated measures in Power BI. Okay, so I will, yeah, this is the video, measure versus calculated columns in Power BI, where we have explained the difference of a measure and a calculated column. And this is a practical way of understanding when do you need such practical columns. Let's say the price that is listed here is actually the unit price, that means price of one unit of this product, and this particular person has ordered 20 such units. So they have set the quantity 20 everywhere, which I doubt is the correct data, but let's say if it is the case. Okay, so when actually I sorted ascending and descending, so in later in those particular cases it was actually sorted on the basis of quantity, that's why it was appearing like that. So now let's create that calculated column. Okay, and here you can see actually, right, here you can see in this order, which is product 33, it has already given some discount. Okay, so, and total of 25 products are ordered. So now let's see what is the total unit price then. So in this case, we will create another column which will be the multiplication of these two columns. Okay, so right click on that particular table where you want a new column. Again, there are several ways of doing this. You can also go to this relational view and you can, click these three dots here, and from here also you can create new column or new measure. But here it is obviously very interesting to create it from here as well. So let's create a new column, and this column will appear here, right? So let's name this column as sales. I'm just calling it sales. Okay. This is my column, which is sales. How much or what was the sales amount? We can also name anything. And now from this table itself, so this way you can get table, and this way you can actually select a value. So let's select unit price, and then use an operator called star. This star operator is used to multiply values, and unit price into quantity, or unit price multiplied by total orders quantity is going to be the sales. And let's see, and here you can see. So this is very easy calculation. 9.8 is the price, 10 is the quantity, 0 is the discount. Obviously you can take discount into consideration also. You can, if there is a discount, you can always multiply it with, but let's say this is the total sales, we are going with it. So now it depends upon what business logic you have to put. This is just a simple demonstration that how and where, in particularly where you have to create a calculated column, because this calculated column will, you know, it is a new column that is created, and it will be for every row of this table. Okay, but on the other hand, a measure is something that is a summary. Now how to create a measure? So measure will be what is total sales. Okay, so let's go back to our view and let's find out, let's create a measure here. So we'll go to the modeling tab, and as we have to create a measure for order details, we can click here as well. And now this measure will actually find out total sales, okay, which will be the sum of all of that. So we will call it total sales. That's why I called it sales. Okay, I call this column as sales and the measure as total sales. So now it will be very interesting to and it will be very easy to understand, and it will be nothing but sum of all the sales values. Okay, so here if you simply sum all of it, right, if you simply sum all of that data, first let's commit this. So this is sales and this is actually total sales, okay, which is sum of order details all sales. So this way within that table a column is selected, because we already know that this unit price is actually such a column that is present in multiple tables. It is also present in the products table. So that's how you will define it. Okay, now we have found this thing, and now let's go to the view again and let's try to find out country wise total sales. Okay, we will find out country wise total sales, and for that we will first select this field map. Okay, selecting a field map is very important. Again, if somehow you are not able to see the maps, then obviously it is in your settings. So you can go to options and settings, and then it's in the security settings. So in the security settings, make sure that use map and field map visuals are checked. So obviously I did not drag anything, otherwise I would have got some kind of warning there. Now this map is there. When you select any visual here, you will see different fields, right? You can see various parameters here that can be applied to this particular map. So what is the location? So from where will the location come? Obviously the order will be placed by a customer, right? So we will select country from here and we can drag it in the location part. So now we have all the countries, okay, and now we have legend, longitude, tooltips and things like that. So let's, in legend we will select some data field here, and that data field is actually in our order table, which is the total sales. That is the measure. Now this measure, as you can see, it is already showing some data like from wherever orders have been made. So it is actually showing that data, and yeah, now this total sales, I will drag it in legend. So here you can see, because now we have selected customers and customers are from different countries. Whenever we are trying to drag this measure, so you can see it is nothing is happening here, even though if we are selecting it, nothing is happening here, because this is total sales. Okay, where can we use this total sales data? So we can use this total sales data. Let's say we have a card, okay, and in the card we want to show total sales. So then you can drag this, right, and it is our total sales 1.35 million. Okay, but in this case the column that we created, when you will drag this, see, when you will drag the column, then it will show you. Okay, so let me select the map first, and then in the legend, I think there is a card here somewhere. So in the legend we will drag this, okay, and now you will see this data. We can see that we have North America, Canada, and we have Sweden, Finland, and different countries here. And we also have a legend. Let's cross this. Yeah. So this is these colors represent some sale amounts. So you can drag it, right? You can also drag, so you can also drag other columns in filters. For example, let's say the contact title, let's say the total number of sales made for managers. So we can drag it in filter, and let's say we want to see only accounting manager, then you will see this data, right? So this way filters can be brought into action. So again, now the video is getting very lengthy. Our entire video was to understand how to connect multiple tables in Power BI and start analyzing it. I will share this 50 questions with you, or you can do some exploratory analysis on your own as well. Try to display the data in form of graphs whenever it's possible, in form of tables. Most of those questions that I shared earlier are for creating text tables. So I hope you understood this concept. I hope this video helped you in understanding some basics of Power BI. So if you like it, please do like this video, subscribe to our channel, and so that whenever we'll post videos like this, you will get notifications. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.